I know, guys, I know. It's been a while and you're all gonna say I'm dragging it, but a ton of people have been asking me to talk about the breakup situation, so I just felt like I kind of had to.
It happened really fast when I was in Manila.
And this video isn't going to be as long as my usual ones, mainly because I have work tomorrow and I don't want to have to stay up till 2. And secondly, because I don't have much to say. I know that me and Clara aren't exactly besties, to put it quite plainly. We've said pretty not nice stuff about each other, but that is past. That's already happened. No need to go over all of that again. And this video, I think that we need to be a little bit more respectful because, I mean, she is going through a pretty hard time right now. But I want to remind you before you go into the comments that all the stuff we're discussing about the breakup is public information. Her boyfriend and her have posted it publicly, so it's not talking about their personal, private life. And I feel like the comments are going to be really split. So as usual, please be respectful, have a respectful conversation in the comments, and we will finally be closing the Clara conversation months after. I know it's been a while, but we're opening it and then closing it again. So with that, let's get into the video. But first, I want to remind you that day by day, conditions are getting worse in Gaza, and you can donate any amount to the link in the description. Here's a clip of Palestinians trying desperately to get aid, and you can basically deliver aid to a Palestinian and his 2 daughters by donating any amount, or if you can't donate, remember you can still spread the message to friends and family or post on your social media, any social media account. There is so much good you can do on this earth, and this is one of those deeds of good that you could do. So with that, let's continue with our video. I beg you to consider this if you haven't done it yet. You can help the lives of 2 daughters for who knows even how long. You can help them in so many different ways by simply delivering the message or donating to the link in the description. And one more link in the description for my Discord server. If you want to discuss this video or join the community, that's another option. Let's get back into it.
I've learned so much after this relationship.
So it all began when I was just scrolling through my YouTube comments and looking at suggestions, looking at criticism, all that, and I came across a comment saying, hey, Clara and her boyfriend broke up, you should look into it. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So I went to the channel, I thought they were maybe baiting me, but nope, they actually did. And the comments were the most interesting part because on TikTok, no one had any mercy. They were all, let's just say, they were not happy with Clara. But on YouTube, the comments were a little bit more like, yeah, Clara, we like you, it's okay. But she's released multiple videos and there's a lot of theories going around on why they broke up and if her boyfriend was using her or not. There were some top comments with 40,000 likes saying that the boyfriend had this plan to use her for fame, make her insecure, and then leave. Here's one. I remember seeing someone in Clara's comment section saying he is using her and he has used some other girl too, and now I see their point, why he was so happy to break up with Clara because he probably earned the fame he wanted. And for a little context on that, yes, he released a video too, and he seemed the exact opposite of Clara, so people thought it was suspicious that he was super joyful in his video talking about them breaking up, and Clara was crying and seemed very sad. We'll go through a few of Clara's videos because they're so, different than his, but first we're gonna see his.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to share that Clara and I have broken up.
Okay, so on the theory, I don't mean to be too weird or too much of a conspiracy theorist, but it does kind of make sense that he does seem too happy to break up because he didn't even film it wearing a shirt. How unserious can you be? And he's smiling throughout it, so he doesn't seem very disappointed to leave this relationship.
It was a decision that we made because we simply just wanted different things. You know, I moved back to the Philippines 2 months ago and I just love the Philippines.
The difference is very different. And once again, Clara has completely denied. I saw one of the videos she made recently denying that he had any influence on her changing and stuff. But a lot of people have said this, and this isn't coming from me directly, but it is a speculation that he did play a major role in her changing. Because, it kind of makes sense. Sometimes in relationships, you can be pressured. You want to dress better. You want to look better. It makes sense that she could have been pressured a bit into it, but she denies it. So I take whatever opinion you want on this.
And, she wanted to live in her beach house in Vietnam, which by all means is her dream life, and I'm super happy for her. But we just talked about it, and it seemed like the right time to just let each other be free and just work on things we're excited about again.
It is true that he's about to talk about how they built up this huge following, and they did. So I don't know what's going to happen to that channel because they got a decent amount of views. And I don't even know if the hate reached that channel. It mostly just stayed on Clara's. And she got the backlash was very much justified, and it still is. But overall, a lot of people have been speculating with this that it could be like a staged way to make people feel bad for them and hopefully get rid of most of the hate comments, which that again is a theory and obviously there's no proof for, but that is one of the comments that was claiming that had 50,000 likes. So that is a theory a lot of people have been running with.
I think it was a dream starting YouTube and social media, getting up to 2 million followers on that account. But I'm excited for what's gonna come. I'm back home, the place I grew up, and yeah, I'm excited for what's next. I don't know what to say.
Bro looks too happy. Guys, is it only me who thinks he only wanted her for fame? Bro, the whole world broke up with her. Okay, that comment is not entirely wrong. I mean, in a matter of months, she did destroy her entire reputation, but, I already have a few videos on that. So anyway, most of the people seem to be siding with him, like they didn't really care about Clara's feelings. Once again, on YouTube, it's completely different, but on TikTok specifically, most people already were mad at Clara for making videos where she literally was like, yep, I betrayed all of you guys. And it seemed like karma came very fast. Me saying goodbye to body positivity. When will you do it again? Never, never. Never? Well, maybe someday. When, tomorrow? Oh no. That just seems straight up kind of disrespectful, So this is what people are referencing. They're not just coming out of reminder for no reason. Like, let's not just say that these people are being the most awful on earth for being mad at her still, because once again, social media, we know a lot of it is fake. Clara, we still don't know enough about her personality to know what she's really thinking, if she really means all of this, if it was to impress her boyfriend. We don't know anything, but we gotta admit that the audience has some right to be annoyed at her. You're probably thinking, yeah, another rage baiting seeming like video she's made, whatever, Coco. No, this is the video she made right about before she released the video where she basically discusses how she broke up with her boyfriend. In this video, I feel like it's kind of at the edge of her rage. Like, she's clearly seeming to not care anymore. Like, she's just blatantly rage baiting. Like, it just seems like it's purposely trying to make people mad. She didn't expect positive comments from this video. And before I show you the few videos she made discussing the breakup, I just want to say something. I'm split on this. I don't know whether to feel bad for her or to feel like it was something she should have seen coming. I mean, it really just depends on stuff that we'll never know, whether he actually was pressuring her to change or not, which is likely, or if he was like pushing her to make her content more rage baity. We don't know at the end of the day if this was all on her or partly on him.
Because I legit did not see it coming.
And I know a lot of you are going to be like, yes, the comments are too harsh. They're being too harsh on Clara. I just want to remind you to look at their perspective as well. I'm not saying we should go full blown at Clara. I do have some pity because I, of course, have not experienced a breakup like this viral. It lasted for quite a bit of time, all that. I haven't experienced something this is probably a pretty harsh experience, so I do have some pity there. So I'm not saying she deserved it, ha ha ha, and a lot of people are saying it, but you gotta remember that these TikTokers, these people that have followed her and supported her all these years, the last month she's just been posting stuff, laughing in their faces, being like, haha, I got all this money from your guys's being fooled by me, you guys got fooled by me. So you got to see a bit on their side, because I know a lot of you are going to immediately go and be like, these idiots. No, you just got to see everyone's perspective. It's okay to feel sympathy for her, but it's okay to still be annoyed by her. Like, this shouldn't change the criticism you had for her before. Like, the criticism I've had on her past videos, I don't take back. I do feel bad about this, but I just don't take it back. Like, that should still stand. It doesn't change because she went through something very hard.
A month ago, I thought everything is perfect, and what we had was a perfect relationship in every sense, and I felt so loved, understood, and respected throughout my relationship. I thought we were aligned on what we want for the future, our values and everything, but it seemed like
she did make multiple videos, so I'll be showing those after this one, but overall, I do feel kind of bad in a way. Like, once again, my criticism still stands from my past videos, like she should not have some videos up, and she is a hypocrite, blah, 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 but in this situation, I do feel bad because it is possible he could have used her for fame and made her want to change. Once again, she denies it. It's just a theory. It's just something people think, no proof, just some opinions and thoughts people have. But it is really, really sad if that is true, because she sacrificed everything. She no longer has any fans. Everyone hates on her in all of her comment sections. Everything she stood for is gone. Like, she literally lost everything over someone who just dumped her, and then now he's posting videos of him smiling and he got fame out of it. So if that theory, reminder, do not come for me. If that theory is true, it is a really, really sad outcome. And even though she did use him to rage bait people, she'd brag about how she had the dream of her life, the man of her life. She posted a video, a long-form video on YouTube about manifesting her soulmate. I mean, she clearly seemed to think he was the one. So again, I do feel bad, and I'm not saying, oh, deserved, haha, what a loser. At the end of the day, it's not okay to do that. Even though I don't like her as a person, I don't like what she does, I don't like her content, any of that, you guys already know that, obviously. This is very, very sad, and I do feel bad for her in this situation, but there's probably more to it than what they're showing us, and it just overall is very messy.
We don't, and I went through a tough time, trying to figure things out.
And maybe there's nothing, maybe that theory is completely wrong, and they just had a relationship. She wanted to change because she was at a certain age, and she was like, yeah, I don't like my body anymore. I want to change it. I'm going to go against everything I've always stood for. I'm going to make rage bait content for some reason. That could be a possibility, and maybe she's just kind of getting karma, I guess. Maybe it's kind of coming back to get her. I don't really know. But yeah, those are just the two different theories going around right now, and most people just aren't having it. They see this as kind of a publicity stunt, and she's just been posting very random content, rage bait and all this, make an edit of yourself content. It's just been very, very rage baity. Recently, she's been canceled on TikTok because first she was canceled on YouTube, then TikTok. But for some weird reason, TikTok was months later. So right now she's getting hate from people on TikTok. For some weird reason, this is actually a recurring thing where things happen later on TikTok. Sometimes it'll be days later, sometimes weeks. There'll be some news on Twitter. A week later, everyone's talking about it on TikTok, or there'll be some cancellation on YouTube, and then months later, they'll talk about it on TikTok. So she ended up getting canceled on both platforms, but it took a little while for TikTok, for people to start making hate edits and criticism videos of her. So she's already been canceled on both platforms.
And we both try to make it work, but I think at this moment, we realize that we have to let each other go, because if we keep staying together, we will hold each other back.
Some people have speculated that it may not have been an even we both agreed thing. It's possible the boyfriend broke up with her just because of their reactions. They're very, very different. She's very, very sad, crying in some of the videos, and he's happy, joyful. So that's a speculation.
From actually achieving and experiencing what we want for ourselves. And I think I have learned so much after this relationship. I have learned to truly love someone unconditionally, and I will always be grateful to Javi for teaching me unconditional love.
Just imagine, though, if she's in her head kind of starting to regret changing, because let's just say the theory is true that she changed for her boyfriend, which, of course, once again, not confirmed, obviously, but let's just say it's true. Imagine the regret you would have. You've ruined everything. You've ruined your entire image online. You've destroyed, people used to love you, and now they all hate you. You've ruined everything for someone who just broke up with you.
He has always given me the most unconditional love, and he's an amazing person. We just not aligned on what we want, and I think that's what's sad about it.
Hot take, but don't immediately go to the comments and sympathize. Because once again, we don't know confirmed if this is a publicity stunt or not. We don't know what's going on. We don't know anymore. So just do not go and sympathize immediately. Don't be like, oh, I love you again, Clara, because reminder, she's still open to criticism even though she's going through a tough time right now.
Sometimes when I think about it, but I am doing okay. Like I said, it was really tough at time, and I did have to take a lot of time out from social media to sort through my emotions. But right now I think I'm okay. I guess was one of the hardest chores that I have to make this year.
And let's run for a second with the theory that her boyfriend's the reason, because a lot of people have said that. I just want to say right now, don't ever, especially if you have such a big following as Clara Dow, yes, Clara Dow, do not change anything for a boy or a girl or whoever you're dating. Do not change anything. It's never worth it. Put social media first all the time. Social media is more important than anything else. Like, genuinely, don't trust anyone, because social media is the one thing you can rely on. Like, that's a community you can create and rely on. You cannot rely on one dude or girl. Just don't, and especially if they want you to change what you stand for, like, no, just don't listen to them. You shouldn't trust someone this much and destroy everything for them, because they're just not reliable enough. Your community is. The community Clara once had was one of the most amazing communities of all time. It was all these young girls that, like, were insecure but weren't anymore because of Clara, and she ruined it possibly over a dude, and that's just really, really sad. We're happy for him, we all say in unison, and our surgery queen. Something I have noticed is YouTube overall, kind of as I said before, is a lot more, like, kind to her in most situations. When she made that video responding to being canceled, that long form video, I noticed the first, 3 days it was released, all the comments were sucking up to her. They were like, we love you, Clara, we've never changed. But eventually, as it got more views and more attention, the comments shifted on her. So YouTube is probably more reliable. Like, if I was Clara personally, obviously I wouldn't have done the things she's done, but I would probably rely on YouTube a little bit more, because for some reason, I don't know why, but people are a lot nicer on YouTube than they are on TikTok. Maybe because she recently got canceled on TikTok. I don't know for sure, because it finally spread over to TikTok, but that could be why. I'm not sure. But all the TikTok comments were against her, while all the YouTube comments seemed, the last time I checked, which was a little while ago, it could have changed, were pretty much for her. We're like, guys, Clara's a human too. So just, if I were her personally, I would probably just rely on YouTube more from now on. And once again, before you jump to her comments, just remember that the community she built up, she literally has been rage baiting for a month. So I don't blame them for being mad in the comments. Me personally, it's been a while since I've talked about her, so I understand when there's a harsh condition. Like, it's not right to fully go at someone and be laugh in their face at their worst time. She still has a redemption era possibility. Like, she can still redeem herself, of course. So I'll just give her that. Maybe she'll change now that the boyfriend is gone. Who knows? So I'm not going to say, ha ha ha, she deserved it. But I'm just saying, a lot of people did see it coming, and there's speculation. Once again, we don't know for sure. Maybe she was pressured into changing so much because it was so quick, the change and the transformation, that a lot of people have been suspicious. Here are some more comments. Should I cry or fart? This made my tomorrow. Good for him. Damn, the karma was so fast. I love it. So let's just say TikTok, they were not happy about being rage baited for a few months, and they were quick to respond. And this was a big deal. These are her most viewed videos recently, the ones talking about her breakup, and people were spamming other videos talking about it. And I've seen, once again, a ton of discussion about her on TikTok, so it is clear that she's been recently canceled on TikTok. Whether on YouTube, it's been months ago, so it does make sense that her audience would be a little bit more friendly because it was such a while ago versus now, even though she's kind of been rage baiting her YouTube audience as well. And the music is copyrighted, it's Ariana Grande, but as you can see, she's clearly crying. Here's another video she posted, and once again, I do kind of feel bad, honestly, because no one deserves tough breakups. They're very, very unfun. And no one really deserves this, even someone that's been rage baiting their audience. Genuinely, Clara, as a human, I'm very sorry you had to experience this. Please, girls, don't fight a woman when she's at her lowest. Then you didn't see it coming, but we did. Oh no, anyways, good to hear. I'm gonna be real for a second. When I was making my videos on her and she was with her boyfriend, I was thinking, if he breaks up with her, she might she might literally lose everything, because all of her videos had him in it, how he's my everything, this, he's my soulmate. I was like, if he breaks up with you, I mean, girl, you're gonna lose that's what I was thinking secretly in my head, but I didn't want to say it because it wasn't really on topic. But genuinely, why would you put so much on this guy? Why would you sacrifice everything for him? I don't understand that. But she's posted recently that she's moved on quickly, and she's been kind of quirky, so I think she's back to her normal self. I think she's okay, guys, and it's back to critiquing her, I'm pretty sure. Because her most recent video was saying I'm over it, basically, and she just kind of danced along to music. So she did post a few videos of her crying about him leaving, which, yeah, we get it, you're in a really good relationship, understandable, it's okay to cry on camera, it's not that big of a deal, but she's kind of probably, I just hope now that her boyfriend's gone, maybe that theory's correct and the problem's gone and she'll go back to posting wholesome content. Maybe she'll become a better person. I don't really know. I'm not exaggerating. She, once again, has claimed to move on recently, but she posted about 4 different videos, one going into depth about how much she loved him and how much she cared about him, other ones crying and she's clearly being very sad. He posted one video about 30 seconds long where he basically grinned the entire time. It's just, you cannot tell me it's as simple as they decided they had to part ways. Like, I have a feeling he broke up with her because, like, the reaction is so different between the two, and it's kind of sad. I've seen this meme on Twitter where it's like boys 2 months after a breakup or 1 day after a breakup and they're partying and stuff, and girls 1 day and they're crying, and then boys 1 year and they're sad and depressed and the girl is happy 1 year later. So maybe this is kind of the meme. Maybe in the end he'll be sad and she'll be fine. I don't know. Maybe that meme's just dumb. I don't know for sure. But it just is very strange that she's posted a lot of content, but hopefully she's gotten over it because it seems like she has. Now please, Clara, unrage bait your content. Please become a good creator. It's not too late. We believe in you, Clara. You can do it. Then I can release a video called How or Why No One Hates Clara Dow. Like, I would be quick to do that. Please, it's not too late to have a redemption error. Right now, you're just posting rage bait, and then you posted this, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know why you expected sympathy from an audience who've been rage baiting for months. Like, me personally, I do feel kind of bad, even though I don't really like your style of content anymore, or I really don't like you because you're spreading such misinformation, but I don't think if you really expected the hate comments to go away, you'd be dead wrong. Like, you've been rage baiting an audience that has been so loyal to you all these years for basically no reason, just because you wanted to change at the moment. I don't want to get undressed for a new person all over again. And this was one of the first posts she made that made people speculate they had broken up. And then sure enough, she released that long video where she basically goes over the whole thing and says she still she likes him and he's perfect and stuff, but they had to go separate ways. So that was really the order of things. Like, that's how things went. And what makes that she changed for him and changed and got surgery for him theory more true, or seem more true, is the whole she clearly thought he was the one, her soulmate. Like, she literally released that long form video, How I Manifested My Soulmate. So it makes sense, I suppose, to an extent, that you would want to change everything and even sacrifice your social media in a way, sacrifice your audience, because she thought he was the one. Like, there could be no one else. So if that theory is true, it does to an extent make sense, because if you really think, I suppose, someone is the one, like there's no one else and he's the one for you, and you make all the, like, you really, really love him, then I guess nothing else in the world would matter at the moment. But then if it ends like it did now, she's probably going to go through a pretty quick regret phase. Like, she's going to regret everything she said and how much she changed possibly.
And I guess right now I just want to focus on myself, on healing, on living my best life, and keep choosing myself over and over again. And I also think that's what unconditional love is like, that you can love each other from afar. And I just feel like whenever I miss him, I'll just send him love.
I'm sorry, girl, but I don't think he's sending you love back. Like, just his reaction. I don't even know either one of you guys, and I never will, thank goodness. But I don't think he's sending you love. I genuinely, from his expression, he made it pretty obvious he isn't very sad about it. And I mean, I think it's just, best to move on and, maybe unrage bait your content, become a good content creator, and make him regret his decision, I guess. And then, move on and become a better person.
And blessings. And I wish him nothing but the best. I'm so proud of us and what we built together. And I'm also excited to see what we will build when we're not together. And I'm so excited for both of us for this next chapter. And thank you so much for supporting us.
The problem with this statement is that basically no one is supporting her. I mean, her comments about, I would say 89% are roasting her. Like, there's practically no one left. She still gets really, really good views though. But the likes are always super low and all the comments are hate, and rightfully so, because she once again has been rage baiting them. Like, I once again haven't checked her channel for months, but when I did to do this video, all the videos she posted were clearly rage baiting. They were like coming off as very like, I'm better than all of you. Haha, you all fell for my tricks kind of videos. And that makes sense. Like, an audience that has stuck to you, supported you all these years, and you just like shame them now once you've gotten enough money and you're wealthy and stuff, like, that just seems very, very jerk-like. So I don't blame them for being annoyed, but once again, that just gives a little context to why people are being so angry at her.
He's the first boyfriend that I posted publicly, and it's also the first breakup that I go through publicly. So, yeah, I hope you can give us both grace during this time. Like I said, there's no villain, there's no, victims, there's no one was at fault.
So yeah, that theory could be wrong, but one thing I still stand in, once again, at the time, yes, I'm not saying haha in your face. Was it kind of predictable? Like, I knew it was coming eventually because she changed so drastically so quickly. It didn't seem like it was going to last long, but on the other side, like, no one deserves a harsh breakup. Like, I hope she gets better. She seems to be better already, so that's good. I just hope she has a redemption arc. Remember, it's never too late for anybody. No matter what awful content you produce, you can always have a redemption arc, and she posted really good content once upon a time. As some of you know from my first ever video on her, I literally was like one of her biggest fans of Once Upon a Time. Like, I loved her content because it was relatable. I liked how sweet and kind she seemed to be. So it's not too late to go back to being that old Clara, and I really hope she does that one day because she can still inspire a lot of young girls. She was once very, very inspiring. Because it's true that not a lot of people talk about flat chests and being insecure about that. Like, there wasn't really a huge influencer at the time. Now there's more on TikTok, and a lot of them are mad at Clara. I've seen posts of them coming at Clara, and rightfully so once again. But, like, she once was very, very inspiring, and she was, like, the sweetest, nicest person. I remember when I was a dumb little kid, I was like, there's two people that will never change. It's her and Mr. Beast. Seriously, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, she was once really, really sweet, and I have faith that she can still become that girl. Sure, she completely contradicted herself and ruined her entire reputation, but she can still fix it. I believe in her. So I honestly hope the boyfriend played a role, because then, now that he's left her, or she left him, whatever happened, she can have a redemption arc. She can still fix her content. She knows how to make trends. She knows how to dress up really well. She knows how to do her hair. Like, she knows how to make content. She just has to stop rage baiting and start producing non-misinformation. She just has to become what she once was. And it's not too late. Like, I believe in her. Because honestly, it does sound really mean and cruel for me to say I hope the boyfriend was the reason. But if he was, then that means he's gone, so she can become authentic again. Because if he wasn't the reason, like she says and she claims and some people think, then that means she'll never change and she'll just be the way she'll be how she was the past few months. Just creating rage bait for literally no reason, for, I guess, views and attention, even though, like, is that really the way you want to live? The only thing you ever see are hate comments, and, like, the only thing you ever do is make people mad? Is that really is that what you want to leave behind? Like, she still has time to do better, and I believe in her. She can do better, but I just hope she changes her content, and maybe if she does, we'll know it was the boyfriend. Maybe we will know one day, because maybe she'll have a redemption era, and then we'll be like, oh, he probably played some role in it. But overall, yeah, I don't know for sure, but it is pretty sad. It's a sad situation, and I know it's gonna come to absolutely no surprise to any of you guys, because I'm a 17-year-old with a, like, commentary channel, but no, I've never had this, like, love of my life, so I don't really know. I probably shouldn't be saying, like, why is she giving everything for this dude? I probably shouldn't be saying that, because I don't know, like, what it's like to think you have a soulmate in your life. So at the end of the day, like, we'll never really, like, know if she wanted to sacrifice everything for him or how exactly it was, but at the end of the day, she did basically lose everything, and now she's lost literally the last thing, like, the thing she posted about, the thing she cared about. She's lost it. She's lost her audience. She's lost her reputation. She's lost her boyfriend. I mean, it's not too late to restore her reputation, but it's just very sad that she's literally lost everything. Even though I've never, like, met someone and been like, they're my soulmate, I'll sacrifice everything, I do kind of, I guess, to an extent understand that if there was someone and, like, you really, really like them more than anything in this universe, like she claims, of course, she says she loves him more than anything, then I could see why you would put him above anything, and maybe he pressured her, once again, she denies this, so this is simply a theory going around, a popular theory. Once again, some of these comments talking about this have, like, 50,000 likes. A lot of people agree with it, and I remember while she was getting canceled, before they broke up, a lot of people in my own comment section were saying, it's the boyfriend, he's the reason. So a lot of people, but once again, she denies it. She says it's fully her decision. But if it is, I guess I could see to an extent, I kind of take back what I said earlier, I guess I can kind of see why you'd want to sacrifice everything and make yourself as perfect for him as possible. And if that's true, I do just feel really bad. And I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but I think the moral of the story is, even though, once again, it's a theory for the 100th time. Don't change for anyone. Make sure you value yourself first. Value what you should value. Just don't be pressured to change. Even though it may seem like they're the person, there's no one above them. They're the only one for you. Don't ever change for someone. And this has happened for other influencers as well. Once again, it's a theory with Clara, but with other people, it's happened. I know, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but let me know in the comments if you somehow made it this far. But I know there's some other YouTubers that have been in a relationship, or TikTokers or whatever, and they've just changed like a switch, like everything they said, they take it back, and I can't think of anyone, but I know that this has happened before, because once again, if you meet someone, I guess you think they're the only one, they're the one for you, I guess it can kind of mess with your mind, and it can make you want to sacrifice everything. So maybe at the end of the day, it isn't what Clara truly wanted, it's what her boyfriend wanted, or maybe it is like what she said, what she actually wanted, and she doesn't care about what her boyfriend's things were, what he wanted. So maybe Clara's right, and the theories are wrong, but at the end of the day, this has happened before, and it does continue to happen. And Clara, even though you said once upon a time that you carried my channel, and in a way you do have 2 of the top videos right now, so thank you so much for those views. At the end of the day, I don't hate you. I don't like your channel anymore. I don't like your content. I think it's harmful and you spread misinformation. But I believe that you as a human have a chance to change for the better. And I hope you change in the future. Once again, I don't watch you anymore. And I literally just stumbled across your content again because someone asked me to. But I won't watch you anymore. But many young girls do. And I just hope you change for the better, because remember what you once were. It's not too late. You can change for the better and produce unharmful content again. That's my final message to you. I don't think I'm ever going to talk about you again, because there really isn't much to talk about. You'll probably just continue to rage bait. I don't have too much faith. I feel like you're not really going to change. You seem to only care about yourself, but I do have faith in you as a human. So if you change for the better, thanks. From a former fan, I genuinely used to love your content, and overall, I just miss the old you, and I hope the old Claire comes back one day, because she is missed heavily today.